everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 77002, Cyclone vs. Metal Sonic from the LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog theme. This set contains 290 pieces, 2 minifigures, and will retail for $29.99 in the US when it officially releases on January 1st, 2025. This set was gifted to me for review by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are entirely my own. I'm doing early reviews of all the 2025 LEGO Sonic sets right now. In fact, there should be at least one more already up on the channel, so go check that out after this video if you haven't seen it yet, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. But now, with all that being said, let's get into the review. So here's the Cyclone, and it's this really cool, walker for Tails. I like this because it's something actually from the source material. I'm not, huge into the Sonic games or anything, but I know there's a lot of people who were, somewhat upset by the Knuckles mech from last year, because that was just kinda made up. This, though, is a thing, and it's a very unique vehicle from the series, so I think it's the kind of thing that fits the LEGO universe really well. The entire idea behind this is this, in the game, seems to be a 3-in-1 vehicle. It's a walker that can turn into a plane that can turn into a car. Now, I was sitting here playing with this, and I was like, I can't figure out how to turn this into car mode. And then I look up pictures of the car mode, and yeah, that makes sense, because the car mode is very different. Car mode could not actually transform, so then I double-checked the set listing, and yeah, this only goes between plane and walker. There is no car mode in this set. So I guess we'll just start off by showing you the transformation. So the legs on the side can rotate, so you can actually pose them and move them. But then they also have, I guess, sort of a knee right here that can move. It's not really a knee, but it's sort of in the knee location. And then the foot has a little ankle that can move as well. Now all of that is great for posing if you want to have this walking, stomping around. But if you want to transform this into the flying mode, you move the leg up like this and down like that. Same thing on the other side, of course, up like this, foot down like that. And if you want, you can move the turret out of the way too. When it's in plane mode, it has these little wheels that actually drag against the ground, so you can roll it around a little bit, which is actually quite fun to do. That might be a little more difficult depending on what kind of surface you're on, because there is only 2 wheels. What used to be the feet just sort of slide around as you move it. But it's another option for play, which is always a good thing. And yeah, if you want to try to transform it further, this is not how they do it on the box, but you can have the feet completely come up like this. So it's really up to you how far you want to go with it. And then yeah, of course, there's the 2 wings on the side, so that way you can pick it up and fly it through the air if you want. So the transformation is cool, definitely, but I think I personally prefer the walker mode. And I just love how unique this is as a vehicle. Because we've seen walkers before on LEGO all the time. We get them in Star Wars, we get them in Ninjago. But none of them have looked like this, and given the fact that LEGO's been around for so many years, whenever we get something so unique, it's always a good thing. And I think this is the perfect balance of looking nice. It feels very mechanical. It's not necessarily the prettiest build in the world, but that almost makes it feel more real, if that makes any sense. It feels more like something you can imagine that Tails actually built rather than just a generic cartoon robot. Moving up a little bit closer, a couple of things you can see. We've got this printed Tails logo on the side. That is cool to see, but unfortunately the print quality is not the best. It doesn't match what's shown on the box. Both the white and the orange is a little bit washed out. As a comparison, here's the actual Tails figure. You can see what color the orange is supposed to look like, and yeah, you can see it's a little bit off. The blue absolutely bleeds through there. And that is an issue that LEGO has had for a very long time, both on minifigures and on prints like this. And this kind of stuff is why they tend to do stickers, but no, it is a print in this set, so something to be aware of. Disappointing to see, doesn't ruin the set or anything, but yeah, I would have liked it that was printed better. We have another print at the front right here. This is just a generic print they use in lots and lots of sets. It's this rounded tile with a hole in the middle, and it's got this fan design on it. It looks good. This little cannon on the front can be moved up and down. And I already showed you that the one on the back has movement, but yeah, that connects on a mini ball joint, so it can rotate all around down here, but then also at the top, it can turn from side to side. In fact, it can turn a full 360. That's a stud shooter, so of course you push down on it, stud will shoot out, and in the case of this set, it's a transparent green stud. There's 2 studs for Tails to attach to if he actually wants to sit in the Cyclone, and they do also leave room for his actual tail piece out the back, which makes sense. But something else I also like is they leave a little bit of room at the front. Tails doesn't necessarily need that because he has short legs, not long legs, so he doesn't actually sit down, but that makes it so a regular minifigure can still fit inside, which I appreciate. There's little clips on the back of the Cyclone to hold Tails' accessories while he's actually in the vehicle. That's of course always a good thing. And then we have a little thruster out the very back. And I think that's most of what I have to show you for Tails Cyclone. For a little set of this size, I think it's very unique. Aside from the quality of that printed part right there, I'm honestly quite happy with it. But of course, that's not everything in this set, so now let's take a look at the minifigures. Here are the 2 minifigures in this set. We have Tails and we have Metal Sonic. Now Tails is basically the same minifigure we've been getting since the first wave of LEGO Sonic. He's of course got the molded tail piece on the back, which is probably my favorite part about the figure, and then the very basic white fur printing on the front, short legs with little printed shoes and socks, looks. But the new part about this guy is actually his expression, which makes me very happy to see. I love that the LEGO Sonic sets have been doing this recently, introducing new face prints for characters, because of course these aren't normal minifigures, they can't have double-sided faces like characters from other themes can. So instead, they just often have different expressions in different sets, and I think that's really nice to see. I especially like this one for Tails because it's a much more intense expression than he's had previously. His other figures have just been very smiley, and then he has like very smiley while also winking. This one though, you can see he has like printed eyelids that come down in like this very confident smile. And this is really awesome. It's also great to just see eyelids in general, because previous figures have not had that. On the winking figures, they don't have eyelids, it's just their pupils winking, which is so odd. But no, I guess they can print eyelids now, so that's a new change for this wave. Beyond that though, the molded head is still as great as always. There's how it looks in the back, no back printing or anything, which I guess could have been nice, maybe just like a little bit of fur back there. The LEGO Sonic goes for a more cartoony approach, so I think it makes sense that it's simple. Really good minifigure though. Oh, and then in terms of accessories, he comes with a crowbar and a wrench. That makes sense, he's a mechanic, he's the one who built this vehicle, so he's got the tools to do it. And then we have Metal Sonic, which wow, I was not expecting to get this guy this year either. This is such an exciting new character, he looks awesome. Right off the bat, great to get more villains in the LEGO Sonic theme, because yeah, we haven't had too many. We had Eggman of course, then we got Rouge last year, but most of our villains have been brick built, so Metal Sonic is a very cool character to get. He comes with trans-orange Power Blast pieces, which if you've not seen these before, you push down on them and they sort of flick out of the minifigure's hand. They're a really good part because they look really cool just like for display purposes, but they also have something for you to play with, which is nice. Metal Sonic has this super sick new headpiece that's dual molded in blue and metallic silver, and I love the printing for the eyes. It's just like solid black printing with a little red ring. Printed very well too, like those red eyes are super striking, they don't blend in at all, which we sometimes see as we saw in the vehicle. Glad they took the effort to make sure that was printed good. The entire headpiece too has like a glossier appearance than normal LEGO Sonic heads. I wonder if that's a coincidence or if that was intentional, because it works, it makes him feel more robotic and less organic. Because he's all like shiny up here while these guys are more matte. But yeah, super cool new head mold. Again, I want to applaud how like LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog does not cut corners ever. Because if they wanted to be lame about this, they could have just used the regular Sonic head with new printing. It wouldn't have been accurate, but it would have been a way to do it while saving money. Because we have seen LEGO do things like that before. I think of like the LEGO Minecraft Fox. They reused the cat head even though it didn't make any sense, and that was just a cost saving measure because they didn't want to make a new head mold. But no, they went all out. They made an entirely new head mold here to make it 100% accurate, and yeah, it looks great. My favorite detail though is he actually has an anti-stud on the back of his head. That gives you a ton more room for customization, and it makes sense because he's a robot. Now, while customization is great, that doesn't actually seem to be the main purpose of the hole in the back of the head, which is actually very interesting because this minifigure does something I have literally never seen any other LEGO minifigure do. Because that's not just a stud connection, that is a neck connection. I believe the idea behind this is you can remove this guy's head and reattach it like this. So that way this could be Metal Sonic looking forward while he's like flying through the air. And I assume that's kind of the point of these Power Blast pieces, is this is like thrusters propelling him through the air. This is honestly a really cool concept. It just gives you more options for posing. And because Metal Sonic is a robot, the hole in the back of his head like fits there. It doesn't feel out of place at all. Now if you have him standing up while his head's attached like that, yeah, he definitely looks very silly. This is not the way to display this figure. But if you have him more flat like this is just a more dynamic action pose you can get him in. So I think the additional connection point was just a very good idea to include. Coming down to the torso, he's of course got like the yellow ring in the center of his chest. And that continues on the back too, though this has metallic silver printing, which looks really nice. He's got dual molded arms, which are dual molded in silver and blue, which I don't know how often we've seen metallic silver like arms that are dual molded. Again, with not cutting corners, that makes this guy feel so premium, and he's got the printing on top too with a little screw. Metallic silver hands as well, which has become more common like as of the last year, but that is a rarer color for the handpiece. If I had to guess, it probably comes on less than 10 figures still. And then relatively simple design for the legs, because again, most LEGO Sonic figures are relatively simple in terms of actual design because they're going for a more cartoony look. But that metallic silver is like really striking. You usually don't see it used like in this quantity. It really pops. And then there's of course like also little shoe printing at the bottom. It would have been nice if he had dual molded legs just like Sonic has to give him the full shoes, but I don't think that's the end of the world. The rest of this figure is already so good in so many other places, I don't need that to make him feel complete. But yeah, this is easily one of our best LEGO Sonic figures yet. I feel like they captured this character just so perfectly. It's amazing that he comes in a relatively small set. And so, overall, what are my thoughts on this set? This set's really good. Honestly, I quite like this wave of LEGO Sonic overall, aside from the small set this wave, but I'll talk about that in another video. This one, though, and the Bio Lizard set are both just so good for this theme. Like, I like LEGO Sonic in general, but the main draw of this theme to me has always been the minifigures. And the minifigures this time around are good, don't get me wrong, in fact, some of the best we've ever seen. But these have to be some of my favorite builds yet. The Cyclone in this set just has so much personality, it's so good to play with. It looks really unique in like the general LEGO catalog, while also doing a really good job to represent like the vehicle from the games. And then I haven't touched on price yet in this video, but the price of the set also pretty fantastic. I think this might be the best priced LEGO Sonic set, because LEGO Sonic in general has been a very expensive theme, and I've assumed that's because of the minifigures. They all have these uniquely molded heads, and a lot of them have arm printing or side leg printing or whatever. So I assume that's a large factor in what drives up the cost of these sets, and why so many of these sets have been so expensive. But in the case of this one, I mean, the build feels like what a $30 build should be, and you still get 2 really good minifigures, including one that's all new and exclusive, and probably the most detailed LEGO Sonic minifigure yet. Like, Metal Sonic is really, really good. I feel like pictures did not do him justice. Like, once I had him in hand, it really struck me how great that minifigure is. And then, yeah, it's great to get Tails in a smaller set. I love the new expression for him. If you're a fan of LEGO Sonic, or even if you aren't, honestly, this would be a set I recommend you pick up. Going into 2025, when so many LEGO sets are so expensive, this feels like classic LEGO to me. This is what LEGO should be. A small set with a fun and unique build and a good collection of characters. Yeah, I'm just all around very happy with this one. I do think of the two, I slightly prefer the Bio Lizard set, but at the moment, I'm feeling like this one is a close second, like, of the entire LEGO Sonic theme as a whole. They really knocked it out of the park this wave. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and go check out my other LEGO Sonic reviews. Again, there should be one other up right now, and there'll be one more coming very soon. But as for this video, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!